Hello, I'm Frank Caruso, producer of Oregon Life, and welcome to a brand new episode. We're visiting Morningstar Tattoo here in Oregon, and we're going to see a tattoo be created in part one and finished in part two, which will be the following week. I want to thank Torhorst Insurance for their continued support to Ocamedia and Oregon Life. We appreciate your contributions to produce these shows. They say that tattoos go back to the Neolithic times, which is centuries ago. And we are proud to bring you forward to the amazing work that they're doing at Morningstar Tattoo, and wait till you see it. It's art at its best. So enjoy this episode of Oregon Life.
I'm Braden Williams. I'm the owner of Morningstar Tattoo in Oregon, Wisconsin. I was always interested in art from a young age. I started drawing really young, all through high school. I loved drawing. I was really into graffiti a lot, and then that kind of inspired me to get more into fine art because I noticed that the level of graffiti was just getting so cool with 3D, all of that. So that really inspired me to pursue fine art more. Eventually, I studied fine art and illustration in San Francisco at the Academy of Art University. I was living there for probably 7 years, and then I decided to come back, and I had an opportunity for a tattoo apprenticeship, and I'd always been interested in tattoos, and I wanted to be a tattooer since my first tattoo when I was 18. So it was a good opportunity and I jumped on it. I mentioned graffiti earlier, and the difference between fine art and graffiti is more of an understanding of the principles of art. So how light works, how color works, and how those interact with each other. And graffiti early on was not necessarily a fine art. It was just kind of people writing their name. And it still is, but it's progressed into them using those principles of art to create 3D and form and make things come alive off the wall and create murals that are beautiful. So my apprenticeship started with getting an understanding of cleanliness and being sterile. So I had to learn about cross-contamination, get bloodborne pathogens certified, and have a good understanding of all of the different illnesses that you could get from cross-contamination of blood. So that's how I started. And then from there, I learned to properly clean my tools. And then once I was kind of passed on that stuff, I was able to start drawing designs for creating tattoos, and just kept practicing that and practicing that. Eventually, we started to tattoo on grapefruits. They're pretty good for starting because they have a relatively thick skin. It's not a smooth surface. And then you kind of just have to figure out how everything feels and works based off of that. So I did my apprenticeship, and then I worked at that first shop for about 4 years. I moved to another shop and just became an independent contractor, essentially. Worked there for a couple years, and then one day I just decided that I was ready to do my own thing. And I really wanted to open a shop where I could tattoo with my good friend, and I could create a safe and comfortable environment and make people feel welcome and them have a good time while they're getting tattooed as well. Hi, Nikki.
Hello. Yes.
It's got a nice warty pumpkin there in the middle. And we'll do that color. You wanted to do black and gray for the flowers and everything?
Yeah.
Cool. Sweet, yeah. So I'll talk about my first tattoo I ever did. I was stressed and very nervous. I had a design that I had drawn up. It was a little whiskey barrel for one of my friends. And I just remember the voice of my mentor yelling at me to breathe the whole time because I was holding my breath, I was terrified, and I was not confident at all when I pulled those first lines. As I kind of progressed through the tattoo, I got more familiar with what it felt like and definitely started to get a better understanding. But because I was so nervous, it did take me 2 hours just to do line work on maybe a 3-inch tattoo, which now I could do that in about 10, 15 minutes. There's a lot of different reasons why people would get a certain tattoo. Some are just having a good time, getting a fun tattoo. Some are, memorializing something. Maybe they have some kind of emotional thing where they want to remember somebody. I did a tattoo for a friend's mom who my friend had passed away. And that was definitely a emotional tattoo for me and her as well. So it was really nice to be able to kind of have that bond during the tattoo appointment and create something that wasn't just a piece of art for them on their body, but we also had a good interaction and bonded emotionally through losing this person.